Hi, the case for today is S.R Bommai versus Union of India, 1994. In the early 1990s, several state governments in India, particularly those led by opposition parties, faced political instability. S.R Bommai was the Chief Minister of Karnataka, leading a Janata Dal government with a clear majority in the state assembly. Despite this, the governor of Karnataka reported to the president that Bommai's government had allegedly lost its majority and that there was a breakdown of constitutional machinery in the state. Acting on the governor's recommendation, the central government imposed president's rule under Article 356 of the Constitution of India, effectively dismissing the elected state government. At around the same time, similar dismissals occurred in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Himachal Pradesh, and Meghalaya, where opposition led governments were removed under the same provision. In most of these cases, no floor test was conducted in the legislative assemblies to verify whether the governments had genuinely lost their majority. Critics alleged that these dismissals were politically motivated, aimed at toppling opposition governments rather than responding to actual constitutional crises. Feeling aggravated, S.R Bommai challenged the dismissal of his government, arguing that the imposition of president's rule was arbitrary, violated democratic principles, and undermined the federal structure of India. Other affected state governments filed similar petitions. The Supreme Court of India had to examine whether the president's rule was imposed on valid constitutional grounds or whether it represented an abuse of power by the centre, threatening the autonomy of the state governments and the federal structure of India. Issues 1. Can the President dismiss a state government under Article 356 of the Constitution of India arbitrarily without a floor test? 2. Are such actions by the centre justiciable by the courts? 3. Does misuse of Article 356 of the Constitution of India, a violation of the federal structure and democratic principles enshrined in the Constitution? 4. What is the role of the governor in recommending president's rule and can it be challenged? Judgment. The Supreme Court of India held that imposition of president's rule under Article 356 of the Constitution of India is subject to judicial review and courts can examine whether it was imposed on valid constitutional grounds. The Honorable Court ruled that the loss of majority must be proved on the floor of the Legislative Assembly, not based solely on governor reports or political intelligence. The Honorable Court stated that dismissal of a state government for political convenience is unconstitutional and violates the federal principles of the Constitution. The Honorable Court emphasized that the autonomy of state governments and the federal structure are part of the basic structure of the Constitution and Article 356 of the Constitution of India cannot be misused. Thank you.